everyone, and you're watching Captured by Cage on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, as you can see by the title, we're talking about studying and books I like and life updates, etc, etc. So I'm really excited to be back on YouTube. And I say be back because I didn't upload a video on Tuesday because I was not feeling well. And I like to kind of keep these videos very organic and authentic. And I kind of record like 2 days before and then upload it, because just in case anything happens in the news or something I want to talk about that's trending, I want to actually tell you guys rather than it be pre-recorded and I've just missed out on something. So with that being said, I am back, and I also just love doing YouTube videos because it's just, I don't know, I'm kind of I'm loving myself. It's fun to get dressed up, and I feel like, I don't know, it's part of my self-love journey and all that jazz. But so before we get talking about books and why I'm studying, I'm so excited. I'm just talking about a life update and what I've kind of been up to. So obviously you guys know that my nan passed, so there are days where I genuinely am really sad. Not days, but there are moments, because I'm not really a person who can drag out a day and be like super sad for the whole day. But there are moments where I just think back and I'm just like, oh, I remember, you know, when I was holding her hand in the hospital on her last day. And sometimes I get flashbacks and that really hurts my feelings. And then also being in pain, like my wisdom tooth, I have pain in elsewhere, other places and stuff like that, and sometimes I can really get down. But I think it's important that I make sure that I look after myself. So I do have a nice long bath with my bath salts and lavender oil, and I do things that make me happy, like play Sims Free, which I just started playing because I didn't want to play it, because once I start playing it I would get addicted and I would just tell everyone to leave me alone, and I'm just gone, like I'm just gone. Do you know what I mean? But I recently started playing that and I'm so excited. I'm going to download some expansion packs, and I'm kind of done with Netflix binging, because I binged Money Heist, and I also binged Never Have I Ever, which is actually incredible and I really love it. It's quite basic and it's comedy and it's funny, but it made me cry because I could relate to it so much. And I know it's about a teenage girl going through shopping this year, but because her dad passed and she was living with her mum that she didn't get along with, I related to it so much, and I was like, this writing is actually on point, like I like this. So yeah, I've been just watching that. I've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race every Friday, baby, which means it's out today. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on food. Yeah, it'll be like 2 a.m. and I'm watching this channel, right? And they have 3 chefs. So you have amateur chef, level 2 chef, and level 3 chef, a professional chef. And they basically recreate the same foods but different styles, and it's just amazing. And then at the end they have a scientist who says, okay, well the reason why level 1 was crap is because they used like pastry crust from Tesco or whatever. Then level 3, the gluten, and then mixing it with the gluten creates this and that. And it's like, oh bitch, I'm learning shit. So that's what I've been really up to. That's how I've just been living my best life on my laptop, really just enjoying life and enjoying food and cooking and all that stuff. But let's talk about my favorite books and why I am studying. So I'm really excited, and because the sun's coming out as well. Oh, and I've been going for walks, but because the sun's coming out and I just want to work on something, and I'm ready to study and I'm ready to just improve myself and get onto that next level, higher vibration. And I want to meet people that are like that as well, and hopefully I'll get married and find someone that's on my level as well. So I want to improve and be the best version of myself. Now let's talk about books. Now, growing up, I wasn't necessarily the type of person who was a bookworm. Bookworm, never at the library. You would never see me at the library or a bookworm. That was not me. And I was more of a creative person. Like, instead of reading 5 Harry Potter books, I would rather just watch the films and enjoy the cinematic experience and the special effects and the fire throwing and all this stuff. Like, I just love film, innit? But, yeah. So that's the type of person I was, and I realised that when I did come into contact with bookworms, they were actually just quite rude, and they kind of had the attitude of like, oh my god, like you haven't read The Alchemist, like how could you not read The Alchemist? Like, and in my head I kind of thought, well, why mock me? Why not just educate me? Do you know what I mean? But that was immature days, and people are immature, so I kind of repelled from books. I was like, no man, I don't read books, man. Like, That sounds dumb, innit? The genre I love reading is self-improvement books. Those are my favourite type of books. I can actually generally read so many books about self-improvement because I love learning about human behaviour and why we think the way we think and how we can improve. Like, that's just how I've always been. So now there are books to back it up. Hell yeah. So we're taking it all the way back. This is one of my favourite books that I got when I was like 18, 19. I ordered it from America. It was so funny because I went to a bookstore in Wood Green and they were like, oh, we don't have it. We're going to have to order it from America. You know when America was actually cool back then? Yeah. So this is this is one of my favourite books. This is Fabulousity, What It Is and How to Get It by Kimora Lee Simmons. And now to the average eye, they always say, do not judge a book by its cover. You guys are probably judging me. Oh look, yeah, of course she's gonna buy this type of bag. But okay, so I'll just tell you about a bit about this book, the contents of it. These are the chapters. So you have self-belief and confidence, work and power, independence, image and body, romance and lifestyle, and positivity and sustainability. And what I love about this book is it has quotes from celebrities such as Miss Lauryn Hill. So Lauryn Hill said, I was not raised to be beautiful and not say it. I was not raised to have grievance and not cry out. Some people would prefer to say, be pretty and don't talk too much, but you gotta keep talking or people will forget about you and your agenda. Coco Chanel said, the most courageous act is to still think for yourself aloud. And Julia Oliveras says, each of us will have to make the choices that allow us to be the larger versions of ourselves. And so each chapter has quotes from famous people, celebrities, to do with either work or power, positivity and sustainability, romance or lifestyle. I always highlight stuff in this book as well. And what I've highlighted so far is uniqueness. Believe that you should stand out because you're different and don't ever worry about trying to blend in. Don't fear if you don't have the right education, background or connections. To be a good leader, you have to be a good servant. No amount of cool lifestyle things will truly satisfy you until you know you're contributing to the world and giving other people happiness. Sorry, I get so happy, honestly. I get so happy. And then, like I said, I'm a visual person, innit, yeah? So then we have pictures in the book of some of her campaigns that she did. But I ripped out a lot of these pictures, actually, and I don't even know where they are. But yeah, so this is one of my favourite books, and I think I will do just like a whole review on this book because it's really good, especially for women and young women growing into themselves. And I just love it, and I'll always have it, and it will always remind me. Put that down. Next book that I love, yeah, and then we'll get on to why I'm actually studying and what I'm studying. The next book, this book gave me confidence, right? And I'll get on to why I am studying now. So obviously we have so much time on our hands and it's up to you what you do with it, and there's no pressure because some days I'm not doing anything and some days I'm doing a lot of things. So I decided that I wanted to improve myself and also improve my business and actually become a big boss woman. I'm gonna be 30 in like a few years, so it's quite scary. I'm 27 now, so I'm gonna be 30, and there's things that I want to achieve and the person that I want to be by them. So I thought it's time to study. So originally I got the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, right? And the reason why I say study is because I think a lot of people just read this book and they put it down, and that's what people do. They read books, put it down. This book is something that I personally think you should study because it talks about financial literacy and it talks about independence and it talks about learning money and how important it is to learn about numbers and accounting. Accounting is financial literacy, or the ability to read numbers. This is a vital skill if you want to build business or investments. Now me, I want to build my business and I want to actually understand about investments and how to invest. And he also talks about investments. You can invest in anything. You can be a smart investor or you can be a lazy investor, and the difference between a lazy investor and a smart investor is just education. You know, nothing's ever going to be right, and when you're investing in stuff, and there's always going to be a risk, but it's about knowing and having the education to have the to make the right decisions, to make the right choice, to know whether it's a good investment or not. And so he talks about accounting, innit? So I need to learn my numbers, and I need to learn about investing, and I need to understand the markets, and I need to understand the law. And the reason why I keep repeating this is because I'm not going to read the rest of the book until I actually start understanding all these things. So what I want to do, and what I have done, is I want to get a book about accounting, and I want to learn how to understand numbers. So what a girl did, I bought Financial Accounting for Dummies! Yay! Because you know a girl is a bit slow. Like, I got C in maths. okay? Okay, it's got a C. It's got a C in math. But I want to understand numbers. So obviously financial accounting for dummies, I just got this, oh my god, I ordered this 2 weeks, it took 2 weeks to come. I was so upset. Now, you know how we're living in a spot generation where you could just do next day delivery? Oh my god, this took 2 weeks to come. I was so annoyed. So it took ages to come, right? So in this book, the contents, these are the contents in the chapters, yeah? So you have getting started with financial accounting, looking at some accounting basics, bonding with a balance sheet, investigating income and cash flow, and analysing the financial statements, tackling more advanced financial accounting topics, and then some other stuff. Now obviously, well, not obvious, but I did go to business management and we did have a section in finance, and then we did have marketing and all that stuff, but I just need to like refresh my brain. So this book will help get me to where I want to be. Not where I want to be, this is a baby step. So once I kind of finish this book, then I can go on to other books and really start understanding numbers, and then I can start buying books about investing and understanding the markets, which that shouldn't be too hard kind of thing. So that's how I'm studying. I'm really studying this book, and then I'm going to go back to this book and learn some more. With that being said, I also got this book by Seth Godin, This is Marketing. And I feel like everyone kind of knows about marketing, but they don't. But everything, that's why, if you're my friend, then you know I always talk about the subconscious. And I talk about the subconscious basically because it's to do with marketing. Like when you're a young kid, and for example, for me, growing up on TV, I always wanted to be that kid on TV playing with the Barbies, but it was always these white girls with blonde hair, and that subconsciously is teaching you something. Do you know what I mean? And it's all about marketing and what people want to market you, and what marketeers want to force feed you to your subconscious. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's quite evil, and I feel like being a marketer, yeah, working in that industry, I don't know, it's a bit like the devil. Like I would say marketing and money, they're the devil, because you're really like pushing an agenda on people. Marketing in 5 steps. So for example, the first step is intent. Always have intentions for stuff that you're marketing. The second step is design. Third step, make sure that you're telling a story that matches your narrative. Fourth step is everyone gets excited and they spread the word. And the last step is often overlooked, show up regularly, consistently, and generously for years and years and years. And these are the basic things you know, but it's also good to read it in a book and see it every day, highlight it and do those things. And then this baby here, this was recommended by Ashley Jade, and this is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Let me know if you guys have read this, but like I said, I want to step up as a person, as a human. I want to attract people that are genuinely like me and have the same morals, same values, so we can all just connect and be good people in life. But yeah, so I'm excited. I've read 32 pages so far, because this and the accounting book took 2 weeks to come, so I was like, this is so annoying. But right now we're talking about paradigm. We're talking about paradigm, girl, guys. We're talking about paradigm, and we're talking about perspective and understanding people's perspective. And there was a great example in this book. Sorry, I have to reveal it. I have to tell you guys, because this is so important, and this is the kind of person I am, because I am generally attracted to weird people. Like I'm attracted to people that are different, that don't stand out really, that are just a bit awkward in society. I'm attracted to these people because I generally get along with them because they see the world differently. I'm the type of person that sees the world a bit differently than your average person. I'm a bit of a weirdo, but that's okay. And this book was basically talking, there was an example of this guy, and he had his child. I should probably read it, but I don't want to read it. I'm just kind of going to recap it. But so he had a child that was a bit slow in school, and so him and his wife would always encourage his child, like, okay, you can hit, like say for example you're hitting a ball, like come on, keep doing it, you can do it, and live up to this standard of just being the decent standard. So for example, his child was below average, right? And so him and his wife would always encourage, like, don't give up, just do it again, do it again. You know, and they were very supportive parents. However, subconsciously that was teaching their child that they have to live up to this certain standard, and that's also putting pressure on the child, even though the child was being supported by the parents. So they had to kind of unlearn everything, and they realized that they were putting their social norms and what was socially normal onto their child and not knowing. Because if everyone averagely is here and the child is below there, obviously social norms is like, okay, you want to get your child to there, right? But getting your child to there isn't by saying don't give up, don't give up. It is by saying that, but in that aspect you have to kind of see what your child is good at. So they took a step back and they actually thought about, and they looked within themselves and they said, okay, this is how we view the world. We need to start seeing our child for who he is and see how we can accommodate him for the way he already is, rather than making him for the world kind of thing. And I'm probably not explaining it in the best way, but this book is a great example. Like the first few chapters, first few pages was explaining that, and it was like his son improved so much that later on in school years he was at the top of this, top of that, generally because they let him be himself and they let him make his own mistakes and make, I don't know, like, it was just a really good example. It was just a good example that I thought, that's something I would do. Like, if I had a child, like, I would do that. Like, I was raised to just be myself and see what my strengths and weaknesses are. And I feel like sometimes parents kind of forget that. They kind of just want to live up to this social norm. And I feel like this book was telling us to think about perspectives and different people's perspectives. And you kind of have to unlearn certain things. But once I really understand it properly, like, I do understand it, but I need to reread it again so I can explain it to you guys. But this is the book that I'm actually reading right now. So that's why I'm happy. And that's what I'm really studying. And those are my favourite books. Yeah. So hopefully, I would say in 2 years' time, I want to be like, I don't know if I should say, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do another video about my goals, right? And then I'm going to write that down. And hopefully in 2 years, I would have power them goals, but I don't want to say it on this video just because, but that's why I'm studying. So I'm studying like marketing and business and self-improvement, and I call it studying because I'm generally reading it, writing it down, going through it, highlighting it, actually studying it, not just reading it. So that's why I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I thought I would share that with you guys because it's Friday, so why not share that with you guys. And also please comment below, tell me what your favorite books are, tell me if you enjoyed this session, really, because I know I'm kind of going on, but please tell me if you enjoyed it and if I should do more about books. I don't know, should I make this into a book YouTube channel? No, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and supporting me. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing quarantine, guys. Bye. See you on Tuesday. Okay, well, I'm probably going to go in the same outfit because I am going to be talking about wedding itinerary. Okay, see ya. Bye. Subscribe.